Hey guys, how you going? So, another couple of weeks here on the homestead. I'm very sorry I didn't post last week, but I was actually quite sick over the weekend and I just didn't feel like doing any editing or going around and recording what was done on the farm. But this week, feeling much better. By Thursday I was recovered, so we're all good there. As you can see, the corn's doing very well. I will take you around and show you the rest of the stuff that's going on the homestead. We've done a few things, did a bit of baking, and we did some garlic platting. I've platted about half of the garlic that I dug up so far. I made 3 large braids. I didn't actually video myself doing that, and the next lot won't be ready till next week. So next week I'll include a video of how to braid garlic. But anyway guys, I hope you've been fantastic. I hope you've been enjoying yourselves, staying safe as always. And I will of course talk to you next week, hopefully. So, have a good one. Catch you later. Hey guys, so it's time for these potatoes to come out of the ground. I pulled a couple up the other day, they're definitely ready, but a good indicator, you see these yellowing leaves, as the foliage starts to die off, it is definitely time to dig them up. We did have some damage from mole crickets, so I'll get them out of the ground before that gets any worse. We did have another section of potatoes that did very well. These are the ones I harvested, but this next photo shows these are doing very well. They're staying in the ground for a little while longer. Get a bit bigger. Right, so the strawberry patch, all of this, still going strong. We are coming to the end of strawberry season, but I've managed to get a jar of jam out of here, and coming into fruit now are the raspberries as well. So a lot of red fruit this time of year. It's cherries, then strawberries, then raspberries. But yeah, I've made lots of jam ready for the winter. And the chickens are getting these last little ones that are dotted around each morning. I pick a few and give them to the chickens just because they're small and yeah, they're getting older now. There's still quite a few in amongst all of this. But yeah, so strawberry harvest is pretty much done. So these were the first 2 chili plants that we planted out, well, seeded out. They're doing pretty well. We've got lots more out in the ground, but yeah, these 2 are doing okay, both jalapenos. So if you remember, a couple of weeks ago I came through and weeded all of these beds, and as you can see, once again, in just a couple of weeks the weeds are back, but these peas are coming to the end, so I'm going to leave these weeds here. We're going to pull out the pea plants, and then we're just going to till this in and use it all as green manure. So we've put the sticks in for these tomati or tomato plants. They do pretty well. We'll have to start tying them onto the sticks soon though. So I put the sticks in ready to go. These are actually old cherry branches. So they're a hardwood branch, and then I'll just tie them on with little bits of fabric and not too tightly as they get bigger and bigger. So yeah, this area here that's covered in corn, this was an old lean-to building that I pulled down in some earlier episodes, you might remember. But I thought that because these were old mud bricks, I was going to have lots of fertility problems. But it seems that it's actually a lot more fertile. Now, these corn plants were planted later, so they should be smaller. But the colour, as you can see, I mean, there's some pretty light green plants in here, but over here it's all very dark green, very healthy growth, much fatter leaves. So it looks like the fact that these plots that have been used and used and used again are actually the ones in need of the composting. So next year we're going to be fallowing these plots and just sticking to the new plots while we reinvigorate this soil with homemade compost and a fallow year. And of course puppies are doing fine, playing with mum. Not sure where the other one is, but yeah, Luna and Tato playing away. Oh yeah, as you can see, once again the roses putting on a lovely show. They've gotten very tall this year. At the end of this season I will be cutting them back to about 1 foot tall. Well, I still had some peas left over, and so early June is really to plant peas if you're going to get a crop. So I chucked these last ones into the ground, and I had a bit of old chain link lying around, so I thought I'd make a little trellis for them to climb up rather than doing individual sticks, because the ones that are up against the fence seem to be doing much better than the ones that are just on their sticks. We'll see how these ones turn out. Well, and I've been these last couple of weeks I've been adding some more new walnut trees to the mix. This is one of the first ones I planted out. As you can see, still going strong. I've got some more over there, all of these little red patches. There's actually 12 new walnut trees in here. I've got 6 oak trees to go in at the end of the year, and there's 2 cherries that have gone in as well, and of course the little pine here. So yeah, planted a lot of slow growing trees. Hopefully in a couple of years I should be able to open this up to animals that will graze around them, probably geese or something. I think it might be the way I'm going now. But yeah, the corn that I planted in the middle, again doing very well. Very fertile ground. The stuff on the right is actually a lot less weedy than the stuff on the left, and I think it's because of the type of fire that I built. So the stuff on the left was all bonfire, but this was actually done from logs and floorboards that were exclusively black locust, whereas this stuff was just a bonfire of garden rubbish and random branches. And as you can see, in between the weeds are significantly more dense. So this wasn't as sterilised as it was over there, which was a much hotter fire. Yeah, so some of the stuff in between this one, it's not actually weeds, they're squash that I've planted out in between, and they'll run off and run up the corn hopefully. So we'll get 2 harvests out of here, corn and squash. I'm walking the